Towards a New Socialism, section. Basic rationale in terms of efficiency. The basic rationale for communes is that they reap economies of scale. It is this that makes them superior to individual households. It is because communal childcare saves labor that it is progressive and can be experienced as liberating. Obviously, if the contrary were true, and communal life resulted in a greater number of person-hours spent looking after children, one would need other very compelling reasons to justify it. The economic efficiency of the commune has two aspects: economies in direct labor and economies in means of production. Economies in direct labor arise because the basic work of cooking or child-minding is not carried on the most efficient scale within the existing nuclear family. To cook supper for 50 people, it will take less labor than 50 people cooking their own supper. More realistically, we can say that cooking for 50 people communally will take less labor than if these 50 people were spread across some 20 households, as they would be today. The economies in means of production are slightly more subtle. Consider the problem of going to the toilet. If you are in a typical British house, there will be only one toilet, which is usually in the bathroom. If another member of the household is having a bath, it can prove frustrating. If, on the other hand, 50 people lived in a large house with 20 toilets, the chances of them all being full would be minimal. Indeed, it should be possible to reduce the number of toilets per head and still ensure that there was always one free. The space and resources saved on toilets can then be made available for other activities. The argument that applies to toilets can be extended to other fitments. A commune could justify the fitting of a small internal phone exchange, and would use fewer outside lines than the equivalent population split into individual houses, each with their own phone. The same argument applies to office equipment like computers and photocopiers, which one household could not put to adequate use, but which could be used efficiently by a commune. For a given percentage of their income spent on durable goods, the members of the commune will get access to a wider range of facilities than somebody in an individual household. Our suggestion that the urban commune should be much smaller than the Chinese People's Commune rests on the assumption that the sort of economies discussed above are more or less exhausted at a size of a couple of hundred of members. In the economics literature, the concept of minimum economic size, MES, refers to the smallest size of a plant which reaps all significant economies of scale in a given industry. The MES can vary quite widely between industries. For instance, it is much larger for oil refining than it is for the injection molding of plastic toys. Our idea is that if we can identify the MES for urban communal living, then it does not make sense to urge the formation of communes bigger than this. Small is beautiful may be a rather worn-out slogan, but it is clear that collective democratic decision-making and mutual concern are easier to achieve in smaller communities, and the point of the commune is to seek these less tangible gains, as well as economic efficiency. End of section.